I was doing ceramics at UC Berkeley. It was downstairs on the first floor. And then upstairs, they started a glass blowing department. I went up there and watched, and the guy, Marvin Lepofsky, he was in there working by himself. And as I was watching him, he pushed on the piece of glass and it broke and he cut his hand really bad. Like, oh my God, here, let me take you. He said, no, go away, go away, go away. So he left. He went down the hall to the office, and somebody there took him to the hospital. And I was just left in the glass shop, and the doors were open, the pipes were up there, and nobody was around. So I just started blowing glass. I thought, okay, this is great. Yeah, that's how that's how it happened. I saw Marvin just get really badly cut, and I took advantage of it. Oh, that sounds terrible. Sorry. We could only blow glass like a few hours a week. And my friend Bob Ness and I would break into the shop in the middle of the night and blow glass from like 1 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning. But then we'd have to throw everything away. We couldn't we couldn't let the teacher know we were in there. So that's the one thing, that just being able, building my own shop, be able to get up and take care of it and do whatever I want and this and that. That changed everything. I don't understand people who design and don't have their own shop. Doesn't make sense. Berkeley in the 60s was pretty crazy. The free speech movement and all the stuff was going on, and there were things going on all the time. And this was just another thing. It's the funk art movement. Oh, look, you don't need a reason to make something stupid. You can just go out and make it. Oh, everybody says you should go to Italy. And I applied for a Fulbright grant and I got it, and I went to Italy, and that was great. When I watched like real maestros make things, I thought, okay, this is for me. I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to try to be as good as these guys. Well, I had this whole ceramic background, so it was like I knew things, shapes, and things I wanted to make, and I figured out I could do a lot of that in glass, even though there's not a lot of it I've never seen anybody do before. But I figured out how to do it, and it kept me entertained for decades. Yeah. And I collect things, and a lot of the things I collect are funny things, hats, and yeah. I've always collected things, and my collections influence what I make, which is funny things. Well, the things that are most important have probably been the teapots. There's just such a long tradition of them, and I've made little ones and big ones and ones on pedestals and on. So I guess I would say the teapot has been and it had no glass tradition. That's what's important to me. That had no glass tradition, because you couldn't put hot tea in a glass teapot. Well, just looking at teapots, figuring out how to make them was a challenge. Like how would I make a spout? I never saw anybody make a spout. So I had to figure it all out. It was a challenge. I liked it. It was good. I figured it out pretty quickly, in a couple weeks. I have a short little span of attention, so I get bored with things pretty easily. So if I'm doing something in the glass shop and, okay, I know how to do that, it's boring. Now what can I do? So it just changes all the time. Yeah, people say a short span of attention is not a good thing, but it can be a good thing when you're a busy guy.